exactly as I remember.
Come on, dude. Today, we will be reacting to episodes 21 and 22 of Trigun. We are nearing the end. I'm so excited. Not excited for the series to be over, but excited to see how everything wraps up. Excited to get into that cosplay. And we still have this like group, this group of villains that we have to...
Gung-ho, the gung-ho. 6 gung-ho men. 6 gung-ho hoes.
the 6
gung-ho
hoes that we got to get through.
Yeah. There's not 6 anymore. It's very low.
Right.
We still got your favorite, the horn freak.
Man.
The horn freak.
The horn freak.
Fucking crazy name. Yeah.
So without further ado, let's just jump right in today, starting with our reaction to episode 21 titled Out of Time. If you want to see the full uncut, unedited, unobscured version of these reactions and all of our previous reactions, patreon.com/volume1pod, or click join somewhere next to the subscribe button on this video. You can try it out for free to see if it's right for you, to see what it's all about. And if you do decide to support, even if you decide to check it out for free, it would really mean the world to us. But with that out of the way, on to the reaction. Speaking of the horror freak himself.
I fucking knew it. Ew.
Yes, Master, I am eminently aware of that. Let me teach him that to stay alive is true suffering. He will pay for the grievous sin of injuring you. He will suffer unceasing despair, anguish, wounds which can never be healed.
3 demons? 3 demons are here?
Oh man, what is that thing?
The giant again.
Apparently
Yeah.
from the outside world.
Oh. Holy shit.
I don't understand. He's just lying there.
A lot of guns. All guns.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You seem surprised.
They murdered
You should know that
everybody
shit
on the
is
ship.
easy prey for us.
Shut up.
Temper, temper. Your excitable nature will work nicely for our game.
What now?
Intruders are approaching from both sides of the ship.
I'm gonna do this my way. Oh yeah, word to the wise. We're not dealing with typical human beings here. If you try pulling the same stunt as before, I guarantee you, they will destroy you this time.
Huh? Go stay with the doctor until
Yeah,
this
get
is
them.
over.
Wait a second.
Get them to
you mind
safety.
telling me what the hell these things are?
Get moving!
It's crazy.
Damn! How many of these things do I have to shoot? I'm wasting bullets.
Where is he?
Whoa. Dude, that's a lot of fucking puppets.
The kick from this thing is too strong.
That's his new one, right? He got a new one. That old man made him a new one.
Yeah.
Concentrate.
I'm not about to trust you to do everything around this place.
All right, we got a tsundere on our hands.
Oh, buff tsundere, my favorite.
Are they doing that?
Are they trying to make it across the ship?
Ash is now our only hope against them.
I'm amazed that a guy as big as you are actually managed to get this far.
God damn.
Well, nice of you to pop in.
What the fuck is that thing, dude?
Talk to the hand.
Play? Okay, try this.
Because the face don't want to hear it.
Say goodnight.
Oh my god.
I think that's most of them.
Yeah.
Ash! One of the demons is heading for power room number 2.
It's a little earring.
I like it.
That power room is 6 floors below us. We'll never make it all the way down in time to stop him. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm making myself a little shortcut.
Sick. That's so sick.
You know what? Now that I actually stopped to think about it, this is really kind of...
There were civilians under there too.
Yeah. Dead.
Yo, you need to make sure you know what's underneath you, Vash.
Nah, he got it. He got it.
This is a new model, all right.
Damn.
Like dead.
My friends.
I love this song.
Jones, Lumira, I remember you. I remember all of you. I'm sorry I didn't come home sooner.
You can't cry. No time for crying. This evil top is gonna get your ass. Ew.
Make me laugh. What are you crying for? I am the third gung-ho gun.
Gung-ho
Part
gun.
the gauntlet.
Tell me why! Why
Nasty.
did you have to kill them? Why would you even want to do something like that?
That's simple, because you are Bash the Stampede. Compared to what you did to July and Augusta, this is a stroll through the tulips.
Well, how'd that feel? It didn't make a dent. Can't exactly say I'm happy to meet you. I guess the rumor of the man with the 9 extra lives actually had some truth to it.
Whoa! The bazoombas.
The Pecks of Doom.
Shit. Huh?
Whoa! What is that?
What the hell?
Can this get any worse?
They're on the siege ship right now, so what is that?
My shield is invincible. It will repel any kind of attack.
All right, let's give it a try.
That is what's known as a waste of time. I have only 3 important words in my vocabulary. Attack, trample, and destroy. These describe what you've been doing all this time.
I mean, you've been talking a lot, so I don't think those are the only 3 in your vocabulary.
Yeah.
You keep yapping.
Yapper. God damn. Bro,
I feel like that's like a suit or something.
or I mean he's clearly cybernetic, robotic.
Whoa, is that acid? What the fuck was that?
Oh, melting his suit.
Ooh, yeah, his skin off. See?
See, well he's all robot,
Now I
100%.
understand. That explains your invulnerability.
Well, yeah, now you don't have to feel guilty about blowing him
I
up.
mean, I don't think he felt guilty. He
know.
just blew his ass up. And that seems like, it looked like a fucking angel.
It did look like an angel. It did.
Stop shooting!
Keep on hollering and making those stupid faces. I can't get enough of it.
Thank you. Bye, Shield.
Hey, snap out of it!
The plant.
Okay, so that is their
Their energy.
their energy, their power core. But it looked like there was something inside of it. Like,
Oh, no.
okay, maybe.
Wolfwood is in a different spot.
I'm out of here.
Okay.
Damn,
Fuck.
you're a persistent bugger. I'm out of ammo.
Okay, yeah. So that's just their energy. There's nothing in that.
I mean, everyone's dead in there anyway. So what does it matter? Is it going to crash? That's why?
Yeah, probably.
Girls!
Hey, Meryl, I think
Y'all
it
are
finally stopped.
in the middle of a typhoon. Oh
That's just
my
gonna come down
God.
on the whole
Yeah, on the whole
town.
town.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Oh, there are still people. I'm dumb.
Number 2 are also dropping. I can't stop it.
Why did they want to destroy the plant? Just to destroy Vash in,
Plan is
in
shutting
as well?
down? It's just not fair. Why now? Why in the hell is all of this happening? It's nuts. Until yesterday, my biggest
It's
problem was
nuts.
figuring out how to get the girl I love to look my way.
Are you giving up already? It's too soon to just give up. There's always a solution if you're willing to look for it. Are you just gonna roll over and die? Because if you want to live, think! You can operate the controller, can't you?
Yes.
Good. Then there's still time. Still time.
I'm in. Can you do it? Answer
Oh,
me.
his fucking alien powers right now.
Come on now, friend. It's not over just yet. Hold on just a little bit longer. I can help you if you're willing to give it a try. I know we can do this. Please.
See, that
Fucking pixie?
that shit. No.
It is a heartbeat?
Yeah. There is something in there. So they're harnessing these creatures to power their ships? Because this is human technology. Oh, yeah, that's what we saw. What the fuck is that?
What is that? I don't believe it.
This is fucking neon.
It's coming back to life.
What in the Angelmon is that?
Angel woman.
Angel woman.
That's the way.
Whoa.
What?
It's the ones that live outside of time.
Excuse me?
Time. This is where did this come from?
Are you for real?
And is there one? I mean, presumably there's one in every single.
But a
core.
lot of the plants don't work anymore.
Oh, a lot of them got out.
Yeah.
Died, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, where did it land? That's a huge. Look at how big that shit is.
It's as big as a town.
Damn it. No matter what you say, it's not gonna change anything. You better get used to the idea that someday you're gonna all live on that desert planet. I knew that it was inevitable, but I never thought I would be the one to trigger it. My God, what are you doing here?
The fuck?
Oh no, you mean the girl we saved is...
Someone else?
We're done for.
Oh, it's the puppet.
Probably.
Damn, how did this happen?
That means any of them could potentially be a puppet.
It's all his fault.
I think it's the girl though for sure.
You think that'll make it better? All of you, shut up! This wasn't because of him. It's our fault. We all chose to ignore reality when we knew what would happen someday. We never lifted a finger to help, so we have no right to point one now. We're still alive, and that's what matters. If we can work together, we can build a decent life on this ball of sand.
Brad.
Vash!
Oy.
Vash!
Don't fall for it.
You're all right. What a relief.
She doesn't seem upset about the ship at all. Gee, she's a tough cookie.
Oh. Whoa.
I fucking knew it. Come on. Oh.
Oh, Brad.
God damn. Oh, no.
Brad.
Brad, no.
Brad.
Have failed, but I do not understand. It was a perfect plan.
You depraved lunatic!
Whoa.
Bazooka.
Whoa.
Fuck yeah.
Whoa.
Rocket to the face.
Whoa. Damn, Wolfwood.
This damn job's killing me.
Are you actually crying, Vash the Stampede?
Fuck
That is
you.
wonderful, truly wonderful.
Another fucking tragedy.
Brad!
Jesus.
Brad had a whole fucking arc.
R.I.P. Brad. He really did.
He really
He had
did.
a complete arc.
The ones who live outside of time really is amazing. My hands grew this big in 13 years, but you haven't changed a bit. They're exactly as I remember.
Come on, dude.
Eternal pain.
I never thought I'd give a fuck about Brad like that. But that
That's
shit
how
was
the
sad.
Tsundere get you, dude.
That's how the Tsundere
They
get you.
really get you. They, that's their work. That's how they do it.
Obviously that was a great episode.
Mhm.
You had mentioned the music pretty early on. I feel like the music was great.
So amazing.
Not only was the music really great, but I love how they gave, especially at the end of the episode, they gave time to like the death of Brad and like
Yeah,
Vash's mourning of him.
we've seen deaths before in this show, and I feel like people have died and that have been like specific to the plot, have like passed, but it didn't feel as like, yeah, like you said, there was time given to this character and it allowed you to feel more for them. And it kind of ties into like the people outside of time, which is like what I guess Vash is a descendant of or is himself, because
or is in some way.
yeah, because he is connected to the plants. We already knew that he could communicate, so he could communicate with what is in the plants. Maybe no one. That's what's interesting, because Brad was like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, he had never seen that, even though he's lived in a seed ship his whole life. Like, do they like? Is it just like an energy and then it takes form when like other people call to it, or when they want to see it, or like,
I don't know, man. He said like those who exist outside of time, like, yeah, leading me to believe that they could be similar to Vash, descendants of Vash. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just like a personification like of this like energy. Maybe over time, like you said, like these things grow, but also maybe these people don't know, but like the way I understand it was that this technology is human, is man-made. So
but that's
Rem and her crew like had to know about this.
But maybe not. Like, that's what I'm confused about, because like, I don't know. Like, it was never really mentioned. Obviously, that one guy on the other ship was like, they're monsters. Like, they grew this amount in this amount of time.
That's true.
But
right.
they never really said, they never mentioned at all the people that exist outside of time. So it was like a thing, I think, branded after the whole incident of when people crashed. Like,
or it feels like something Brad is just saying because they've both always been there. Like, maybe they're not related or similar in any way, or the only way being that they've both existed. The thing inside this plant and Vash have both existed this long without changing.
Or it's just Brad. Yeah, it's just Brad's. No one knows what the fuck he's talking about. They're like, man on time.
Or
like,
Brad says that all the time.
Yeah, Brad's like, what? He's like, oh, it's just I just like saying that. They're like, oh, okay, so it's not actually like real.
When he met like Jessica's parents, he was like, oh, a man that lives outside of time.
He's like, what the fuck?
And her dad was like, what the fuck, dude?
But I we talked about it in the previous episode, because this was kind of like a two-parter, obviously, because it picked up from the last one.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the themes within that one, and how, with Brad and Jessica, like he had mentioned in this episode, my worries a week ago were trying to get the girl I love to even look at me, and now we're gonna fucking crash into the ground. Like, it was like a bow on that.
Oh yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, the worst thing that could have happened to him, like literally, and everyone else that got killed before they went on the surface. But he really did grow a lot, and he did step up and was like, y'all, like, we got to figure it out together, instead of just like pity partying, because like people have been making it down here for as long as we've been up there, and we haven't tried to help them. We haven't tried to do anything for them. Like, we shut them out and hoped that they would never come up here. And that's not great.
Ignored what was going on down there, acted like it wasn't happening.
It didn't exist.
Because it's not affecting me.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's very relevant now. Like that idea, like the idea of,
I'll only care when it happens to
going
me.
Through stuff, and you kind of staying in your bubble. People staying in their comfort zones, in their bubbles, in their own worlds. But yeah, I like how Brad didn't, like you said, he didn't, he kind of like when shit went down, like he got to business, you know what I mean? Like
or at least tried to, like.
At least tried to. And yeah, he very quickly realized the error of his ways, I guess, and realized like how, complacent he's been, I guess, or how maybe it didn't have to be this way. Like if they would have.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really fault them for that. Like, I really don't. Like, I understand how it could be like seen as a problem, like, but like they have a thing. Like, it's, I don't know. It's like
they have a thing, but I guess what makes it unique in this situation, like on this world, is that like, I don't know, you would think that humanity more than ever would want to band together in this situation to kind of make the most of their situation.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a, what's the word? Like kind of like Furiosa in a way, like where they have like the Oasis or whatever it's called.
Right.
And like they, of course, if humanity was different, would love to share this amazing place and would love to share the fruits, you know, of their labor in like tending to this place and wanting to extend that hand. But they fucking, people suck and people will kill and people will exactly do what they did on this ship and just not give a fuck and deplete all of their resources.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, damn, like a lot of the plants, you know what they could have done? I mean, this is what I think, like, the people, regardless, there are people living on the ship, whatever. But that doctor, that guy who knew all of the like plant, like fucking lore and like was building guns, like all this shit, like he could have went down and been like, let me help with the plants. Because we have one lady who's like, I kind of know what I'm doing, but not really. And she's the head of it all.
That's kind of my point is it's not like they were up there like working on anything. Like they were just up there living. He wasn't like teaching anybody. He wasn't teaching Brad shit about the fucking ship. He wasn't doing anything. Like they were literally just like kind of hiding, kind of like not dealing with what everybody else had to deal with. It's not like they were getting this ship ready to like leave and go somewhere better or safer or learn everything about the ship so they could make more ships so they could help you. They were just literally living and existing and like fucking crossing off days on the calendar up there. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's like the only thing. And that's the only thing that I'm really like, oh, damn, they should have done that. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to like necessarily fault them for not wanting to go down to a place. It's like the vaults in Fallout. It's do you want to, you know, you take a risk when you leave and like, I don't know. I if you want to do what you want to do, chill. But like, as long as you're not hurting anyone actively, in this case, they kind of were by withholding information that could be maybe helpful to the people that have broken plants. I don't know how much of a plant expert that guy is, but he seems very knowledgeable because he's been on that ship for a very long time. I would assume, but I am making assumptions, but I would just think like maybe that could help because we have one woman who just like kind of knows what she's doing, but like doesn't really know what she's doing. Yeah. And I wish that they would have more help in that aspect because I think that that does help the energy source of the towns, because we've seen so many towns where it's like the light bulbs are fucking broken and not working, and that's maybe why this place is the way it is, which is like just desert and like I don't know what it looked like before. Yeah, but there's some places
it's an alien planet, so it could have just always looked like that.
But there's some places like when we went to
Million Barrels,
with streets and fucking. I mean, there's already cars, but like paved roads and buildings and skyscrapers. Like the fuck, like I'm kind of confused by the geography of this planet.
I like that a lot because you'd have to assume, obviously, that they haven't been there for that long. They haven't been on that planet for that long, so they wouldn't have the manpower to.
But that's not necessarily true.
Cities.
That's not necessarily true.
Cities. They would probably have the manpower to build one big city and then the little towns that they built. You know what I mean?
They've been there for probably, I'm pretty sure 100 years.
Yeah. 100 years? You know what I mean? Like to have the resources, to have the people, because the seed maybe ships like the way they wanted it to happen. Yeah, I mean,
because I don't think they were like, I think they like went down with a whole ass ship.
Yeah.
Instead of just the pods. Because I think they just like, I don't know. Maybe you can clear that part up for us because I'm kind of confused.
It makes sense to me that they just wouldn't have had the time in 100 years to really
100 years
create multiple like big cities. Like, I don't, because they're probably getting their bearings, and that's the first like 20, maybe 10, 15 years.
I think you're discounting humans and the capabilities of what people can do in 100 years.
But they're having to like establish like fucking plants and resources and like probably some sort of like government and hierarchy. And
I mean, they already existed. They weren't dropped as babies. They already knew of these concepts.
Right.
And they went up to space in those pods in order to go to another planet because Earth was uninhabitable.
But I don't know.
So they already knew the rules. They already knew what they were going to do. That's why I'm saying, like, I it's just a little confusing.
But you have to think, like, again, 100 years, that means that the people we're seeing now are people who were, like, passed this stuff on secondhand. And they themselves don't know anything about this technology. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even if their ancestors were the ones that crashed down, they didn't know anything. They didn't know about the technology because they didn't pass that information down. Because now nobody knows what any of this shit does. So that's why I feel like it's taken them so long to get to where they've gotten, because maybe they did have these energy sources and they just didn't know how any of it worked. It's like when people say, like, oh, if I went back in time, you know, I'd show people I'd invent cell phones or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but you don't have the resources, you don't have the knowledge, like you know what I'm saying? It's like they crashed to a new planet, and they had cell phones, but nobody knew how cell phones worked. And so when they started breaking, there was nobody to fix them. So that 100 years from now, they're like, yeah, we have these old fucking relics that are mostly broken that don't really do anything for us now. But at one time they were, you know, these like incredibly powerful machines. That's kind of how I think about it. And I could be wrong, and I usually am.
That's not true.
But yeah, very interesting to see these. I like the message a lot. Like you were saying, like I also like, that's why I think it's so like morally I'm morally conflicted, because on one hand I do understand why someone who is raised in a very closed off sort of like community, why they would want to stay there, why it would be very hard and why it would be very scary, and you know why if they have everything that they need, why,
and they're not hurting anyone,
and they're not hurting anybody,
like actively going out of their way to like shoot people down that come up or like kill people. Like they're kind of just in their own little bubble.
But I guess you could say that's again.
Well, they're hurting people by like they're hurting themselves, and I guess like the other by remaining like by living in ignorance, I guess.
Yeah. It's like if you knew that, I don't know, like if you knew that one day, you weren't gonna have the security of like that you were gonna have to like live in the wild, that you knew for sure that like one day very soon you were gonna have to live in the wild, and you didn't prepare your children for that. You know, you just kind of like
you didn't want to deal
brushed
with
it under the rug and didn't want to deal with reality. That's but again, that's, you know, neither here nor there. I understand why you say that you empathize with them not wanting to leave their own the comfort of that ship, like their own world.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it was going to happen regardless, and that's why Wolfwood at the end was like, "Dang, like I knew it was going to happen to them, obviously, but like I didn't want to be the one to like usher that in, and be the one to come in and be like, you guys are stupid." And then it like falls, and he's like, "Fuck! Now I have to like face them in their darkest times."
Yeah,
and I was the one who said all that crazy shit.
Bro, that shit was so crazy, dude. That was a great episode. Like you said, a great two-parter because of Brad's entire arc. Like I also like the one last thing I want to say about like the timeless ones, the ones outside of time, is that, you know, I also think it'd be cool if there were just like this energy source that isn't like necessarily like a race of beings. Like that would be cool too. But if they were just like the personification of like energy, and Vash can like feel them and communicate them, and they do take form, and maybe like Seed and Rem, like none of them knew that energy, like given time, or this kind of energy given time would take this form. Like I don't know. I like the idea of it being multiple things, I guess. Like,
right.
But I am curious to see like what more information we get about that, and in relation to Vash and Knives and all that. I mean, that was a great episode. That's going to do it for our reaction and discussion, though. Now we move on to episode, 22, titled Alternative.
What the fuck? They're in a fucking cave.
How'd they get in that cave?
How'd they get in that? Whoa. Fucking bottle in hand. 40.
He's thinking about Brad right now.
don't drink this stuff. You have no tolerance for it. It's disrespectful to the booze to drink it like that. I'm impressed. Hooch's brand name. Look, we did everything we could. Gotta stop beating yourself up.
So many died, and they won't be coming back. I can't stand it. It's more than I can bear.
It really was so many people.
Yeah, it really was.
So many.
I killed him.
No, you did not.
Vash, it wasn't your fault. I'm sorry.
Everyone who touches me ends up dying.
That very well may be, but there's nothing you can do about it at this point. You've still got somewhere else you have to go.
I agree. I'm not done yet. Whatever it takes, I have to face him.
And Knives was in one of those plants too. Was it healing him? Was that just like his prison? Like, what was that? Squad.
For real.
There it is. We're here. It's about time.
Yay, team! I'll have a pudding a la mode and a mocha frosty cream.
Am I correct in assuming that means you're hungry?
Amazing. How could you tell, Mr. Wolfwood?
I know absolutely everything about you, honey.
Well,
Whoa.
forget it, dear. I'm afraid sex doublets are out of the question.
Sex doublets.
He's not having
He's
it.
chill. He's fine. He's
Yeah,
just,
Meryl?
he's
What's
just
up?
taking a little
Uh,
siesta.
nothing.
Is anybody in there?
Who's there?
We're poor, unfortunate, hungry travelers aimlessly wandering the desert.
Excuse me, would it be all right if we came inside?
I'll let you in for 300,000 double dollars.
300,000?
I said it because I know you don't have it. It's a way of saying you're not welcome here.
Yeah, it's not like we're dangerous or anything. I'm Meryl Strive from the Bernardellian. Oh!
I don't care if you're from Bernardelli or the feds. My answer's final.
They don't want us, and we have to respect them.
I can't believe
Damn.
he's leaving. Isn't he over it yet?
Hi, can I help you?
Oh. What the hell?
Are you all right?
Oh, his canteen.
Now, aren't you gonna say thank you to the nice man? Say thank you. Come on now.
Thank you, sir.
Now that was easy, wasn't it? Huh?
Hey! There's only desert that way!
Let's go. I think we need to take a little side trip. Anybody home? What?
Whoa, it's a kid town, like in Fallout.
Every apocalypse
3.
story needs a kid town.
I love that. I love that place.
Just listen to me. I'm not asking for a favor. Here, you want to trade? Well, I guess this means we have a deal.
Mr. Wolfwood, those were our emergency rations.
Emergency, isn't it?
He's got a soft spot for them children.
He does. He
This is
does.
definitely an emergency.
Well, what do you know?
Gosh,
Apparently, I seem to be
gone.
outnumbered
Bro, I'm
this
telling
time.
you.
Bro, when he
he's
puts on those
barely
glasses,
holding it
he
together.
is fucking
No, really.
gone. He's
What do you think you're doing?
disassociating.
Oh, I'm
Not
sorry. You
there.
want some too, Meryl? They're really tasty.
Meryl's really cheerful as well. She seems a lot more
well,
laissez-faire.
I think, I mean, maybe she's overcompensating because she knows, like, subconsciously what Vash is going through.
We all ended up gathering here in the same place. We didn't have much to eat and you came at a really good time.
So I was just wondering, why is it they won't let you into the town?
They won't let any outsiders in, even if they're only children. The
Jesus.
townsfolk are frightened. It's as simple as that. But I do know that every town in this region has been abandoned.
We're going to
My
find out
town
that
was
those kids are
abandoned too, the
ruthless
same way.
killers.
Imagine.
One day, without warning, everyone just stopped what they were doing and they began to walk. They didn't say a word as they
Oh,
left.
that's some legato shit right there.
Definitely.
Dad, what's wrong? Dad! They all just left home, walked out of town like they were blind and dumb. All of the others went through the same thing with their parents. They all left at the same time.
Tell me one thing. During the time this was happening, did you see anyone other than the townsfolk there?
No, But actually, I did hear a strange voice.
What did it say?
It said, "This is what you get for taking so long."
Huh?
It's
Wonder what
him.
that means.
Boy, he never does
Oh,
get
a
break,
message
does he?
for Vash.
So what are you gonna do now, Vash? You going
Poor
out or what?
sap.
What'd I say?
No kid is ever gonna warm up to a guy that walks around with an empty smile. Why don't you guys hand that up to me? I'll be happy. to
That's
carry it for
crazy.
you.
Let's go.
Did you say something about kids warming up?
All right, shut up. It's just that these guys are a little bit shy. That's all.
You two are so good. You're great at helping out. Thank you very much. So if you cut it with a knife along the tendon at a right angle like this and sprinkle on a lot of pepper, it'll actually last a lot longer than you think. And guess what? It'll taste better too.
Women are a marvel, aren't they?
That's for sure.
Oh.
Did I say that?
Hey,
Yeah.
what you cooking,
Oh, the
guys?
glasses are coming off.
Secret until supper time.
That guy, he is nothing but trouble. Dig in, everyone.
Very sweet.
Damn!
That was a fucking bowl of donuts.
You got
Oh.
it on your
Superman mug.
These poor fucking kids have been doing this shit by themselves because they can't get let into a town.
Well, they're all fast asleep at last.
I'm guessing it's a long time since they were able to relax. Just
Spoke too soon.
Literally.
Mommy, Daddy.
Loudest door. They all wake
If I
up.
take too long, they'll make another move. We can't just leave these kids.
come on, let's have a drink.
They have a plant.
I think every
Town has one.
town needs to have one. Oh, brother.
He's making the next move.
What was that? I heard a gun go off.
Vash, you need to
Oh,
kill.
that's Saxman is there.
You need to kill these guys.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Like,
Like,
you-
on one hand, I get it,
No,
right? The longer you take, the more
No,
people
and he knows
you put in
that.
danger. Yeah, I know.
Why are they shooting at him? I said get away from the window.
He can have a bit more sense of urgency.
Right. Like, look what's happening, Vash.
And
Just
you were
shoot
just-
up
and you were
kids?
just- yeah, and you were just catching some Z's right now.
We know you're in there.
Only way out of this misunderstanding is to reason with them.
Reason with those hotheads? Are you nuts? Can't you come up with anything better than
Vash.
that?
Never mind, I'll go alone.
2-1. Time's up.
Damn, I'm surprised they let him walk that close to them.
I know they're like nose
All
to
up on him.
nose.
Not exactly sure what we did to upset you fellas. We meant no harm.
You're just pretending to be nice to these kids for camouflage, you piece of trash. Don't play dumb with us, Spiky boy. You and your pals are the only outsiders anywhere near town.
Jesus.
Do anything.
You worthless piece of shit.
You have to hear me out.
Yeah, Wolfwood is literally like, please just let me fuck them
I
up,
know,
dude.
I know, I know. He's over it.
Whoa.
Thank you.
What
Ay.
the hell?
We'll divert their attention. You two get the kids out.
Okay, understood. You will let us into your town, won't you?
Sick.
I like how he uses that as like a big gun now.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks.
Fucking worms. I did not expect tremors in this shit.
I
but-
know.
No, these are like actively trying to kill them though.
What are those things? Pretty well organized for ordinary sandworms. Some rotten low.
Oh, it's one of the gung-ho gang.
Oh.
Do you suppose?
I don't think there are any more besides the sax man. 3 that got that were in the seeds ship. So I think it's only him and him now. Oh. Wolfwood loves these fucking bazooka.
Where do you
like,
keep getting the
missiles.
rockets from?
I know.
Who's his supplier?
Won't be able to get to you.
Are you hurt?
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, sorry. Come back.
Mike pissed himself?
Yeah.
I would have pissed myself too, Mike. It's okay.
He said pissing your pants is the coolest.
Our whole town's destroyed now.
Where's Millie and the boy?
It's all right. They're over with Wolfwood.
Yeah, they'll be all right then.
Mike.
That was a great delivery.
But what is this feeling? I keep having this strange sensation like something is out of place.
Damn.
There's too many of them here.
Mike.
I caught you fair and square, huh? It's all right. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Wolfwood loves Millie, by the way.
He does.
Like, actually. That's his girl right there.
Damn bullets.
Oh my god. Were you gonna jump in the belly of the beast, Vash? Oh, the big one's coming out.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's that kid.
Oh, that kid's controlling him?
That's it.
Huh? He does have that weird fucking thing.
Little thing on his
Communicating
head.
with him on the side of his head.
The little bamboo thing. He shot the kid. He did! Oh.
You were using a high-frequency device to control them.
That's a grown man. That's an orphan
Yup.
situation
Know
right there.
why. They're your own people. Why would you want to hurt them?
Because they're not my people.
I'm a 45-year-old man.
Because I am a gung-ho gun.
Fucking knew it, dude.
I'm the fourth of the gung-ho guns.
Whoa, there
I'm
was
Zazie
one
the
more.
Beast.
Does he?
This confirms why I hate children. They whine, they get depressed, and they'll only brush their teeth when they're told because they're too stupid to do otherwise. You probably aren't even capable of comprehending why I would choose to do something this intricate.
What are you doing, Beat?
My name is Zazie. It's Zazie the Beast.
Zazie.
Zazie.
You know this isn't who you really are.
Huh?
Vash, you don't know him.
I know.
The other night.
You don't think that was an act?
Demon hasn't won.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Demons can block their consciousness and memory on demand.
I don't believe that.
Huh?
You want it this way?
Fuck.
Goody two-shoes, idiot! You don't know who I am!
Stop this, Beat, right now.
His name's not Beat. He just said it like 2 times. His name is Zazie. Oh. Wolfwood's not playing. Wolfwood is not playing with these little kids.
Wolfwood said, that's a demon. I'm a priest.
Said no more. Or it's...
Yep.
Yep.
Nope. He said, you got to cut this fucking shit out.
I know. I know.
How'd you do that?
You're going to let more people die, Vash. I'm sorry. Like, be so fucking for real right now. Please. Please.
Why, Wolfwood? It didn't have to end like this.
Kids are kids, and that's one thing. This was no kid. He was nothing but a damn demon.
Literally.
If I hadn't shot him, that would have been you lying there.
No, it would have been Millie.
It would, yeah.
I mean, Meryl.
I saved your ass yet one more time, and you come after me with your childish bullshit?
Oh.
You shouldn't have killed him.
What other alternative do I have if we're going to survive?
Come on, you guys. I know.
bro.
I know.
Place where we can live our lives in peaceful days with no wars and no stealing. A place that isn't run by fear. A place where people can live and actually trust other human beings.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what Wolfwood wants too.
I don't need to hear your idealistic dreams right now.
Was that a kid or was that a demon? Because if
No,
it was...
I think they were just talking like, I don't think that was...
Because if he was part of the gung-ho...
He was. He was not a child. I don't think he
then
was...
he's never had parents. Because he was like, mommy, dad. He was like...
No, Vash was... Okay, well, we'll discuss because, yeah.
Okay.
I remember in the initial, when they were introducing the gun-ho guns, I specifically remember that little kid. I remember someone with blonde hair and that little like handkerchief. I remember that exactly.
Okay.
So I don't think they were I don't think they were possessed. Maybe they were. I don't know.
Because that's
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying. Like, if that was a little kid that was possessed, then like, okay, that was crazy, right? For Wolfwood
Sure.
to do. But like, if he was a fucking gung-ho gun, whatever, gung-ho gun, and he has been for a long time, then like all that shit was an act, and Bash was being dumb.
I mean, it's a mixture of both, right? Like, even if he was possessed, if he was a little boy possessed by whatever demon or whatever, it's still like you have to get rid of him. He was gonna kill Meryl. He was gonna kill those kids.
Right.
Like,
Right.
that's the point Wolfwood is trying to make. Like, bro, like, I get it. Like, we just don't have time for this shit anymore. And you keep allowing people to die because you're not like hitting the nail. Like, you're not killing the source.
Right.
You know, you're hesitating every single time and then it allows these people, these bad people, to take more lives, and then it's this cycle of you not doing something, and you not killing the person you need to kill, and then them hurting more people, and you feeling like shit for it, but you still never fucking get them.
And look, I fucking love Vash. He's one of my favorite MCs. But then he takes that time and he feels bad and he mopes and he wears his glasses and like.
And that's what Wolfwood is seeing, and that's why he's so frustrating.
It's not time for this, dude.
Yeah.
Like we have shit to do. We have people to save, and the longer you mope around, the more people are gonna fucking die.
Yeah, and then it just is a cycle, and then
And
you
it
feel like
is.
shit again, and then it's like, but you're not doing anything, and like Wolfwood, I don't think is unreasonable with how many like times he's tried to tell Vash like, you should maybe kill them because
that's
like
the
it's
other
not like
thing.
he's being like unreasonable and
Like,
just wanting to kill everyone he sees.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. This isn't something that Wolfwood's been doing since they met. Like he's been telling him over and over, like Vash, you know, you're gonna have to not do this at some point. You know, you're gonna have to like really make some moves at some point.
And you don't think how hard it was for Wolfwood to do that, even
what
if
I'm
it
saying.
was
I
a
feel
demonized kid, even
feel
if
like he
it was
loved it.
like, no, I know that's the point. Like it sucks, but like you guys were just gonna wait for someone else to die. You guys were just not going to do anything until someone else died again. Like that's why Wolfwood is so annoyed by the whole situation.
If if he was possessed and that was like the body of an actual child, then I understand it. Then maybe there was a better way, a different way. But also maybe they don't know. I don't know, and maybe that's why Vash was acting the way he was acting. But
that's
still,
the point Wolfwood is making. Like, bro, like even if there is a different way, like it's going to take longer, and more people are going to be sacrificed because of the long way out. If you take the short way out by just nipping it in the bud, like sure, granted, it worked when he saved the guy from the worm, and he was like, we'll let you in the town or whatever. That's when it worked because he was like, okay, cool, like we didn't have to kill anyone. And we got our way. Awesome. But like they were shooting up a fucking a place with kids in it. Like you're lucky a kid didn't get shot in the process. Like that, not that it's your fault, but like even Wolfwood talking to him, like maybe we should just take these guys out because they have guns and they're literally shooting a building full of children. And Vash is like, no, let me go out. Let's talk to them. Let's reason with them. And he's like, they don't seem reasonable. And he's like, fine, I'll go by myself then. And it's like,
yeah.
Why are you giving him attitude? Like,
and it's not your fault. It's not your fault, but they are after you.
I
know. This stuff because
I know.
Because they're trying to get you. They're trying to fuck with you, but they're also trying to get you to come to them. They're also trying to send you a message.
And you know that. And you know that. And you know that. And you know that. Every single time you're like, I should probably. They're doing this because I'm not engaging. So maybe like. I should engage. It was like,
and that's the thing. That's like I guess like the thing about Vash is like he does like stay running. Like he keeps running from this.
But he's like not. He's saying like he's not, but he is, and he's like I'm confronting it. I have to do this thing.
And
but
truly,
like,
I think he might be using his kindness as like an excuse. I think he might be using his I think he is kind and he is compassionate, and this is the world he wants to build.
Right.
And he does really truly want to explore every single other option he can possibly explore and save as many people as he can. But I also think that like it's to a point where like he is using it as an excuse to not act.
Yeah.
And it's getting to a point
because he's crippling himself with fear of hurting other people, but you're actively hurting more people by not confronting this problem head on and trying to find the long way out when like sometimes there is reason. Sometimes there is a time where we could figure something else out. There's always an option, another way out. But like you cannot reason with knives. You cannot reason with Legato. Like these are bad people doing bad things to people that don't deserve it. And you are the only one that can stand up to them because you are on their level of power and you're refusing. Yeah. And like, that's like, what is worse? Like, what is better?
Because he was so just like checked out. And I get it, dude. I get it. How hard was that for him to see? Like he saw these children grow up and become like young adults. I mean, like, and they just like die. He knew their names. Like when he was down there and he saw their bodies, like he knew their names. I understand how hard it is, but that would make me want to make a beeline straight for these motherfuckers.
I know.
You know what I mean? And if on the way I found a town full of kids, then I mean, I would try to set them up the best I could, but then I would keep going.
That's just not him. Like,
I know.
Figure out. I just don't like the villainization of Wolfwood when he's just actively trying to help them. I'm sure it'll be resolved, but like, damn, like Wolfwood's had it up to here with this shit.
And that's another thing I like from a story perspective. I do like the constant sort of like build that's been happening over the course of all these episodes, because Wolfwood has been dropping these lines like for many, many episodes in many different situations, and it finally gets to a boiling point. And I like that a lot. And as a conflict, I think it's an interesting conflict and a great conflict for these two characters to have.
It definitely is, because I think that, I think they both would like to have a little bit of what the other has more within them. Like, I think that Wolfwood gets annoyed by Vash because, like he said with Millie, like, I wish I could be that good. And he sees the goodness in Millie and wishes he had more of that. And Vash, I think, wishes that he could be more ruthless. I mean, obviously, if he gets too ruthless, he's going to freaking nuke himself. But I think they see each other like within themselves, and like it's just annoying that they can't.
Right. And that's why all of our annoyance and frustration is because we love both of these characters so much. But it is, from a story point of view, such a good conflict for them to have, because of that, for that reason. And it's why this story and the two of them are so good together, and bouncing off of each other. Yeah. And even like the use of like Vash's sunglasses, like I love that too.
Yeah.
Like how he has always done that since the beginning of the show, even before we really knew like why he was doing it. And it's like, I think traditionally like a symbol of like someone being like badass or cool.
Right.
But he's using it as like a shield. He's using it to hide like pain and
because I think
his vulnerability. It's literally a barrier between him and like, you know, reality.
Well, I think that you can, I mean, like human beings definitely look for things within other people, like definitely in the face as well.
Window to the soul.
Window to the soul. And I think that he knows that. And if they see how sad his eyes are, because he can maybe kind of fake a smile. Wolfwood's seen through that shit.
But when Wolfwood dropped that line about like kids aren't going to respond to empty smiles, I was like, damn.
He's the first one to actually tell him ever, like, you seem like sad. Like your smile, I've never seen a person smile so fucking fake. Like that. The first meeting, that he met him. So I think that he thinks that he can be able to like, you can't see my eyes, you can just see my smile, and you know,
I can hide it. But
even Meryl's kind of privy to it too in the car. But I kind of like the idea too of like that concept of like rose tinted glasses as well. Like those sunglasses definitely have like a shade of yellow to them. I don't know what the significance to that might be. Yellow, jaded. But yeah, it's definitely apparent, and it takes him a little time to get over it. But yeah, like we were saying, like it's this cycle that Wolfwood is continuing to see from Vash, and he's very frustrated with him because he is not only putting himself at risk, because you know obviously Wolfwood cares about him, but now you know with Millie and Meryl and the situation with these kids, like come on, like you're gonna just let him do it?
I'm getting to a point, and again, I understand it's not that simple necessarily, but like I'm on like Team Wolfwood, at least like in spirit.
Team Edward, Team Jacob type shit.
At this moment in the story, where I also like again, it does come down to like what exactly was happening to this kid, but I share the sentiment of like, you can't keep doing this. We gotta move. We gotta fight back. We gotta do something.
And it would be different if he did like branch off and did completely, you know, go on his own, and this was happening to him. Fine.
Yeah.
But it's not happening just to you. Right. You're allowing these two people and this group of fucking gung-ho guns to obliterate towns because I don't know. Like, I don't think that he can't find knives. I don't know if he can't find Legato, but like, I don't know what he needs to do and why, like, I don't know if he even knows where they are. Yeah, like, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I know it's not that simple because I don't think he knows where they are, but maybe they're trying to call out to him. Maybe they're just trying to fuck with him and hide from him until they, you know,
break him
down. Like,
that's what I'm thinking. Like, they're just fucking with him.
I definitely think that too.
They're making him suffer.
Because maybe he is trying to find them. And
maybe he is trying to, like, I don't know. Like, maybe it just gets to a point where he'll, like, lose his humanity and become like knives, because I think that, like, I was like, to my theory earlier, like, this is just maybe how inherently this race of people are, because Legato's pretty fucking ruthless, Knives is pretty fucking ruthless.
Well, they think they're superior.
Yeah, but I you know, that's what I mean in this, like, that's what I mean, like, maybe it gets to a threshold of, like, he's gonna give in to, like, his biology and just be like, you know what, like, I'm so tired of y'all, like, bye, and like switch gears and then become like evil. I think that's what they want, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It is getting to a point, and I think that like the show does this so well because I think it knows the viewers are feeling so frustrated with Vash in these moments. And I think Wolfwood, like you said, the contrast like just allows the viewer to like not see just through Vash's viewpoint and be like, oh, well, this is just Vash. Like, you know, he's just a guy who has a pacifist who just like, it's okay. And then like Wolfwood is actively stepping in and being like, bro, and you're like, you know what? I think you're right. I don't think this should be happening like this. You're right. And it allows you to like see both perspectives. And I really liked this episode. It was great.
I love both of these episodes because I feel like the moral dilemma in both are incredibly interesting, incredibly difficult. There isn't a right and a wrong, a clear, it's not black and white. In both situations, because again, like we said, in this case, maybe Vash is trying to look for them and doesn't know where they're at, and is trying to save. He is trying to do good and the best he can and what he can.
And we
while
know
they
that.
try to break him down.
And we know that.
And
we know his intentions are good. We know that he's not doing this just to be like, oh, I can't really do anything.
Just to sulk and
I understand that completely, but it gets to a point where like you're going to allow this possessed child to like kill one of your friends in order to like talk them off of a ledge to save them when they might be past the point of saving. Yeah. And then you're just going to sacrifice yourself and all of these kids, and like, what was it for?
Yeah. When you don't, there's, and in those situations, I feel like there's so many things that you don't know that like Vash, like you don't know. And I know that not having all the information can be crippling because you're like, oh man, I need to know that from Vash's perspective, and Vash is a character, like I need to know that I tried everything. Like I need to know that like there was no other option.
Yeah.
But that is not sometimes what Wolfwood is trying to say. That is beautiful and that is wonderful, but that is not always how things work in the real world.
And how he got upset. And how he got upset about like, I want a world with no war and like no conflict. And like, it's like literally like he's looking at Wolfwood saying that like, I want those things. I don't know about you though. Because you just did what you did. And Wolfwood's like, bro, what the fuck? You don't think I want that too, but it's just not realistic, bro.
And he's like, this is not the time to be like standing on your soapbox about this because like you said, like I want this too.
But he's making it seem like he doesn't because of his actions just right now, which like he saved them and he's being told like, I want a world like blah, blah. And he's just like, what the fuck? Like,
which is again,
why it's kind of selfish of him to be like, you just did that and you saved us. And like, yeah, it sucked, but like you just don't want what I want. And he's like, who said that? Like, who said that? Like, the implications of him preaching to Wolfwood right now is like, he got upset. He was like, bro, like, do not do this shit right now. Like, do not talk at me like that right now because you're not trying. Like, you're not. And it's frustrating and it is super complex. And I'm so curious to see what you guys have to say because I didn't think it was going to get this deep between them. I mean, we saw little things here and there, but like this is definitely not eye opener, but like a new chapter in their relationship and like in the show. Like, it's kind of, it's weird.
It's real.
Not weird, but like it's not weird, but it's real and it's very good.
It's real. And I like I said, from a story point of view, I think it's great. Like I think it's incredibly well done because they so clearly like represent two sides, and I think the answer is going to be a bit of both. Coin. You know what I mean? And
but Vash is going.
What I love about it.
Vash is going to have to.
They're both going to have to.
Yeah, there's sacrifice as well as Wolfwood. But I think like that's what I mean about Wolfwood. Like he's not going out of his way to kill people. I mean, that's his first thought because of the world that he was living in.
Sometimes there are other options.
Right. And we've seen that.
And we've seen that.
We've seen that from him because he's like, I'm going to fucking kill him. And he's like, no, we can.
Does succeed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is why it's going to be a give and take. Like they're both going to have to kind of compromise a bit to meet in that like perfect middle ground. But yeah, fantastic 2 episodes. Thank you guys for watching. That's going to do it for our reaction discussion on these 2 episodes. Like Megan was saying, leave your comments, your thoughts. It is an interesting moral dilemma with no like
divisive,
clear right or wrong answers. So we're very curious to hear your thoughts and your feelings on everything we talked about. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. It matters. It helps. If you'd like to see the full uncut, unedited, uncensored version of these reactions and all of our previous reactions, if you're watching this on YouTube, patreon.com/volume1pod or click join somewhere next to the subscribe button to become a YouTube member. Speaking of our members, we want to take a moment to shout out all of our members and thank everybody who's here right now watching, but give a verbal special shout out to members of our V1P tier. So thank you to all, but a very special thank you to
Jonathan R. Quattro,
Wombo, David Ramirez, and William Martinez Ramirez. Thank you guys from the bottom of both of our hearts. And like we said, thank you to all. No matter how you show your support, it is greatly, 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 greatly appreciated. The only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro that's always the same and never changes, which today, Megan, is...
That ain't no child. Kid on Demon Time. Oh, R.I.P. Chad?
R.I.P. Brad.
Oh, I said Chad. He's a Chad.
Okay, nice save. Good save.
Brad.
That kid's on Demon Time.
You like that better?
I like that. That one's my favorite.
Fine. You were a Chad, Brad.
You were a Chad, Brad. I like that too.
Okay.
Thank you for watching, for clicking on this video, for hanging out with us. And until next time, you were a Chad, Brad.
R.I.P. to a fucking legend.
He really was a
He really did.
Senior Ray Brad.
Senior Ray Brad. We love